What's up, y'all? Nicole here. I'm about to do it. I'm finna do it. I'm gonna exercise. I'm in the gym. Not in the gym. I need to center myself. Clearly, I am in the bed right now. Hear it? Wait, can you hear it? I'm recording this on my phone and my voice memo. Because I was like, oh, I want to pull out my camera, my mic, and everything. But first of all, I look dragged. I just woke up from my nap. And I had to take a nap. It's that time of the month. I'm on my period. My rhythm is restarting as I am recording this. And, this time of the month is just a lot is drained and pulled from us women. Here I go with my excuse, right? On a serious note, though, when our rhythm is restarting as women, we truly do have so much being stripped from us up from about a week before our period actually starts all the way into, as the uterine line is actually finally shedding itself of all that it, built up within the previous moon or previous cycle. And so a lot is stripped from us. This is why we have cravings. This is why TMI, but not really. It's just, with the constipation. And then we just end up having just that nice release. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, it's just, oh my goodness. Yeah. But it's just, we're releasing so much when our rhythm restarts. And so that's the state that I'm in right now as I'm recording this. And I literally have my workout clothes on, and these are actually the clothes I think I'm going to work out in. It's a muscle tee. Well, it's just a muscle tee. It was always a muscle tee. Well, made into a muscle tee, but when I took it from wherever I took it from, it was a muscle tee. And my sister's listening to this. I don't know how I'm going to make this video, but it's not even her t-shirt, but that t-shirt. I have that t-shirt on. And then on shorts, I love exercising in shorts. I cannot stand exercising in pants. I really don't like it. It just, I don't know. I am against pants in general. I just don't like them. I'm getting used to them, the older I get, because I'm learning different types of pants that I like on me, and that flatter me well. But regardless, they're just so constricting still. And I feel like we could work out in skirts. Why can't we work out in skirts? Do they have they're like workout companies that create like skirts? At the very least, I know they're skirts. But when I say skirts, I think it still could be, because it's like you're still gonna be wearing underwear. Like, we're still gonna have underwear on under it. Yeah. I mean, but the skirt idea is I guess I'd rather, you know what? Yeah, I need a nice, now I understand. I get it. Yeah. I need a nice skirt. I would love a nice skirt set. Like tennis. Oh my goodness. Just like tennis players. What? Exactly. Exactamente. Literally. Oh my God. That is the perfect workout gear. Oh my goodness. A nice skirt. Anyway, okay, continuing. But yeah, as us women, when on our cycles restarting, we are being stripped from so much. But again, like I was saying, this is why we have cravings. This is why we women, it's not the best for us to fast during this time. I'm all for fasting. And I had to learn just through trial and error, not even really trial and error, just listening to my body, and seeing how my body reacts throughout the month. because I you know, I have my specific relationship with fasting, and if, maybe one day I'll, create something around that topic of fasting in general. However, yeah, women and fasting, just like when she's pregnant, like depending on your reasons for fast. So if you fast for spiritual intentions, or with spiritual intentions, you know what I'm saying, it's very nice to have those close to you, around you, to fast for you in place of you. Like especially like when she's pregnant, just on the moments and times in which she would normally do that. But yeah, it's the same thing for during that time of the month, but it's that week prior, the week before your period comes, and we know as women, like when, she's on the way, even if, she's a little bit early or a bit late, there's still that window. That's why, it's not a really hard number, but about a week before our period, I just released the gas bubbles in my upper shoulder. I gotta stop doing that. It just did it by itself. Oh my God, but it's so addictive. Anyway, releasing gas bubbles in my joint. Anyway, but yeah, so the fasting thing, and the week before our period, yeah, we're just being stripped from so much. And then that's why, like, especially a couple days before our period, we're so tired, like so lethargic, like, I mean drained. Like, y'all, the other day, for the past couple, like the other couple of days, like before my period actually got here, this is not new. I mean, this happens every month, but the fact that, like, I was so tired. I woke up and my eyes were still closed. I am walking around doing my things and whatnot, and my eyes are closed. I am sitting on FaceTime with my sister, and she's talking to me, and my eyes are closed. There was one point I was actually editing my video, and I'm on the computer. Open up the computer. No, wait, what are you talking about? Focus. The computer's already open. I'm on the computer and I'm editing. It's probably one of those slow edit days too, because I'm just like, I'm literally mentally not, physically barely here. I'm so tired. My body wants to sleep. She wants to sleep. I want to sleep. Like, we're doing extra. Our inner world, our inner space is doing so much extra. We're doing so much just to keep up the vessel, and then that just is a reflection of what's going on spiritually. And so, yeah, it's just a lot going on. So our body needs rest. So if you're tired, you're freaking tired for a reason. Sometimes we don't even have to be doing anything physically that can cause us to be like physically tired, will even make quote unquote sense. But that's what's wrong with us sometimes, trying to make sense out of everything. No, like, there is a spiritual aspect to all of this, behind all this, literally behind this, like behind all of this. What up, behind? And it's just so much going on that we don't see, but it shows. We're going to have mirrors and reflections in this physical world that show us, bruh, if you go to sleep and you rise up tired, bro, you just did a whole job. You did a whole job. The whole time you would sleep at night. This is how babies be sleeping. I swear, you ever seen a baby that just been knocked out cold? Like, they look like they worked a 4 day, not even a, no, they didn't have no days off that week. They worked 7 days straight, 12-hour warehouse shift. They are done. They're done. Like, like, bro, like that babies are so cute. Babies like, you have baby fever? I don't be having baby fever. Okay, but anyway. Babies are adorable, y'all. I'm an auntie now. I'm an auntie. Not only am I an auntie, I'm a double auntie. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. They're not really babies. No, well, they're still babies. They're like, okay, first of all, one of them is literally one. Like, let's be so freaking for real. So my bad. But it's just crazy because they're growing up so fast. Like, it's just I asked my sister the other day. I said, I said, so they're getting older. Are we also getting older? Because it looks like you can literally see how they grow. Like like, oh my God, like it's blessedly we've been able to spend a lot of time together, especially like when they like before the other one was born, but when just both of them. I've been able to see both of my little nuggets like since born day, and just being around them consistently to where I see them aging into being a toddler. And I think just like also uh let me think before I speak, because I was saying something with that. um yeah, you just see the dramatic differences of like, oh my God, you were just an infant born and like you came out the womb, and now you're like, not even that the fact that the teeth are in or whatever growing, like no, like you look different, like your face is changing, you look like everybody else in the family. I see me, I see him, her, them, I see everybody. Like it's so wild, like and oh my God, now you're getting longer. Every time I say, I'm like, you're long. I call them long because it's just like, I don't know, like you're just getting longer. But yeah, so I was saying that, yeah, blessedly, being able to be around them consistently, especially when they were first born, and throughout that time, and then back and forth and stuff, like because we were living together at one point a couple times, and so just yeah. But regardless, so if I see them like on FaceTime and stuff, I'm like, oh my God, still, you're getting so long. Bruh, when we're together, living together, whatever, I don't see you for 3 days. Come back, bruh. Why your face looks so mature like that? Who, wait, what have you been like? What? Like, what is going on? Anyway, regardless, that's not what this video is actually a meditation session. So it's whatever the heck. Me and God say whatever the heck it's about. um, and because I don't know, whatever I choose to keep into it, but still I'm listening to God, because I gotta, or at least I try to, at least what I what I want to keep in this, or if I just keep all of it. All right, it's what time is it? All right, I need to figure out what work I'm gonna do. Dang, I didn't expect it. I literally was just gonna like record an intro, voice intro. Okay, but let's just go back to the rhythm thing, because I'm trying to figure out what kind of work I'm gonna do. I am about to work out. Like, I'm still in the bed. That's my bed. You hear it? Yeah, I'm still in the bed, but I'm trying to figure it out because cardio might be a little bit too late for cardio. But my resistance workouts, they require, I need to do that though. I be avoiding it because it's resistance. It's supposed to be hard. But these are my go-to where I can literally do it anywhere and everywhere. But like I was saying about our rhythm as women, we're just drained and sucked and pulled. Like, so much is being pulled and sucked out of us, literally. Like, we're shedding our freaking uterus, you know what I'm saying? And so it's that process building all the way up until that, and then it actually happening. And I had this huge wave of energy yesterday, because it started yesterday. Was yesterday the first full day? No. Yesterday was not the first full day. Today's like really technically the first full day, but yesterday I did kind of like start. I don't know. I gotta check my period tracker, but regardless, anyway. I had a wave of energy. I was like, ooh, I'm energized. I'm good. But I tell you, man, the day before, 2 days before, oh heck no, 3, 4 days, bro. Oh my God, I couldn't get out the bed. And when I did finally get out the bed and I'm going about my day, baby, my eyes was closed. I was sleepwalking. But yeah, as women, we are like, so much is being pulled from out of us during that, like, a week and a half or two, like, of our cycle, of our rhythm, because we're in repairing mode. But I think like once our period actually starts, like, I think energy does kind of come back in though. It's that week before, bruh. It's that week before. I have so much more to say on this, but like I left these conversations in not the group chat. And I was talking to my sister about one of this. I also talked to one of my best friend about one of these things too. No, actually, I didn't even tell that to her yet. Oh my god, I should tell her that. It has to do with the constipation and the pooping and everything like that. We're very transparent about that. I love her. Hey. But yeah, so sorry, I shouldn't say that and then talk about poop. I bet. Hey girl. And then, but as far as my sister though, I did actually like break down this whole like constipation thing about, okay, you know what, I'm gonna share it here. Okay, so here's my theory. You know, as women, like we can we'll probably get really gassy before our period comes, which I never noticed until my best friend told me. And she told me this like back in college, and it was like, oh, now so I'm like, am I experiencing this now that I'm aware of it, or am I just now aware of it and I'm experiencing it? But the gassiness definitely comes before period, and then sometimes we may find ourselves constipated because again our hormones are doing backflips and cartwheels like, or there's our whole organs, our whole inner space is just doing backflips and cartwheels and whatnot, and it's affecting our hormones and what the hormones do, and then how that affects us, etc., whatever. And yeah, so the constipation, we get constipated, bloated, leading up to our period, like luteal phase, PMS time, right? And then once our period starts, usually sometimes because I asked my best friend, I said, well, then what happens, for you? Does that happen, to you? Because I was like, hold up, pattern recognition. I texted her literally about a month ago. My period was already over. It only lasted like, it was a very very light period too. But my periods don't last long, thankfully. It's very, I'm gonna say natural, but it is like, it's a very normal, natural, like, and I'm very blessed about that. I first of all, I love my period, okay, and I don't take that for granted because I know that there's a lot of women who they have such a negative relationship with their period because it causes so much pain, and that's a whole different, you know, topic to touch on when it comes to that, and also the spiritual implications behind it, because it's a lot. All of it has, it's an emotional attachment there. It's not saying there's anything wrong with women who deal with that, but that's what that practically is, and why there is so much pain when it comes to that, and that can be healed and cleared. And there are people in professions, women, and who professionally deal with holistic healing of the body. Was Queen Afua? She's a perfect one. Yeah. Okay. So, but yeah, I was on day 3 of my cycle, so my period was pretty much over, but I had the most beautiful. My bowels was bowling that day, and this was after my workout too, because y'all know when we work out, the moment, bro, oh my god, I would never forget at times when I would go to the gym a lot, like when I was, I told y'all in the first exercise expressions, I do love the gym. I'm not active in a gym right now. And so, but you get on that treadmill, and then about 5 minutes later, I'm like, oh, I am running to the locker room because what? What? And the same thing happens when I do, like, cardio outside of the treadmill and stuff like that. But it's just when you really start moving around, jumping around and stuff like that, bruh, that joint be like, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Now let me out. And that's another sign too though. If you are dealing with any kind of like constipation, if you're dealing with any, troubles with your back, if you are not, if you do not have an active lifestyle, or if you've been too sedentary, if you've been sitting too long, get your butt up and go. Like sometimes a brisk walk will even do it for some people, depending on the level of activity that they're needing. It'll come right out. It'll come right out. Of course, that's not the only, you know, reason why, you might be constipated, or, your bowels not bowling, but, still physical activity does help. Um, I am not diagnosing anybody about, I do that enough with myself for no reason. No, there is a reason, because I didn't know what the heck is going on. I am my own scientist, doctor, healer. I'll be trying to figure it out, bro. Like, don't psych yourself out, y'all, though. Cause anyway, as Google, or what is as ChatGPT now, right? Like, what is this? Why you going what? That ain't even got nothing to do with you. But in that moment of reading it, it sure feel like it do, cause bro, I tell you, where something change in your body, something moving a bit different, we get a little bit, we get shook, as we should. Stay humble, baby. This vessel is sensitive. Very strong, very intelligent, however sensitive. And it's very humbling. And it just brings us, grounds us, brings us back to reality, and of the beauty and the blessing of health. Dang. I actually done sat here and made this whole video. Oh, wow, I was saying, okay, let me tell you about the constipation thing right quick. But yeah, when we finally start our period, and the constipation, is going down, trying to go away and stuff like that. Sometimes, usually, we'll have a nice, good bowel movement. And so, yeah, I said, oh, pattern recognition. Because I was like, man, I had the most beautiful bowel movement at the beginning. No, yeah, well, at the beginning of my cycle, but at the end of my period. And this was a month ago. And I had texted my best friend about that, because again, we be having conversations about our bowels. Like, you got to talk to your girls about these things. You got to. We need to know if we on the same page. We need to know what is what. We need to know what is what. and just obviously, just sometimes just expressing and sharing it. You leave notes and trails for yourself. So I came back to that. I typed it in my phone. I said bow. I said bowing, because I remember I said that. And so I looked in the text and I was like, dang. And then I looked at my period track and I was like, dang, okay. This was the beginning of my cycle too. I had just in my not, and I mean, I'm sure this happens before. It might not be every month, because depending on what our cycle is like, that what that rhythm is like, that cycle as a whole, depends on the effects, the side effects. As far as like, when I say side effects, so sometimes it's constipation, sometimes it's sore nipples, sometimes it's acne, sometimes it's very highs and lows of mood swings, or whatever, etc., etc. I need to go exercise, but at least I've energized myself. I really don't feel like doing this. I'm gonna do it. Okay, so what is my reward? I kid you not. As far as right now, my reward is, I don't. I wanna. I just need to try and stay in shape. I don't know. I do, like, but what is like my actual reward right now? I don't. That's probably why I've been slipping, or been allowing myself to slip, like, because it's because there's a change in my routine right now. It's a lot of changes in my life actually right now. Oh my god, I'm just adjusting, but yeah. So yeah, the constipation, and then yesterday, I think it was, I woke up and had the most beautiful bow, and I was like, oh my god, I feel like I let go a month's worth of poop. Like, that was a month's supply of poop that I defecated out my booty hole. Like, I kid you not, a month's worth. And I was very bloated this previous month too. Oh my God. Like, so I just knew, like, it felt like I was bloated for 2 weeks, like probably since I was ovulating or like right before ovulation. Oh my God, my tummy just growled. I need nutrients. Or maybe my tummy just wanted to say, hey, because what the heck? That was so random. My tummy has not made that noise like all day. It is the end of the day right now. The sun is setting. What the heck? I do need my nutrients though. I wonder what I'm gonna make for dinner. Yes, when our stomach growls, it doesn't mean we're hungry. It means we need nutrients. But that wasn't like a stomach growl type. That was like the juice. My tummy was saying, hey, that was like juices making noise. Whatever that just was just now. You know, like a stomach growl, you kind of feel it on your sides, bro. That came from like the right middle front part of my stomach. I don't know how to explain it. And you know, when our tummy growls, we can feel it grow. I am focusing on my core right now. And now, as I'm like talking about my tummy, I'm feeling, and it's just so weird. Wow, this is what meditation is, though, because like once you place attention on it, and I can just like feel inside of my stuff. I don't know how to explain it, or if you know, you know. If you know, you know. It's a mindfulness type of thing. It's like paying. Like, here, practice mindfulness with me right now. Take your left hand or your right hand and touch the back of your right or left top part of your hand. And you just start feeling it. You feel how your skin feels, and you might feel your veins, and then you'll start like playing with one of the veins, and then you're like, oh, if you push in it, like, I don't don't push too hard, but like, you know, you're like, oh, you push in, you can feel the fluids, and oh, now you feel the bones in between, and I don't know, it's just you feel all the fleshy. There can be an actual invaluable practical point to doing that. That was a poor example, but it was an example nonetheless. Okay, back to the constipation, because we're approaching 30 minutes. But regardless, moral of that part of the story is that I released and it felt great. And I told y'all, I was constipated for like 2 weeks. And because I swear, like, the constipation, it come like around ovulation time. But I'm not gonna say constipation. I'm gonna say bloating, which is basically kind of like, it can be the same thing. But yeah, and you can tell when you're bloated because your tummy is hard. When your tummy is hard, you are definitely bloated. Okay. You got family members up in there that just do not want to come out. They don't. And so this was the theory that I came up with. I think that, and I'm only speaking for women right now, when we are about to be on our period, or I think just throughout our cycle in general, because our cycle is not just it's a period to period. Our body will hold on to poop. I think actually this could be for men too. This is not just but because I'm talking about periods, yeah. I think our body will hold on to poop as a means of, because there's nutrients in poop. And we know this just by looking at nature. Like, we even use, defecation of animals and stuff like that to, fertilize and nourish when it comes to growing, food and stuff like that. Obviously real food, not the stuff that's, being copy pasted and printed in.
There's nothing funny about this. But there is nothing funny about,
like, that's just, how life, we, whatever we ingest, it'll come out that way, and then we can use it to nourish and fertilize something else to grow, to ingest, and the cycle continues. But yeah, poop carries a lot of nutrients. Obviously it took a lot of nutrients and whatever goes on in our inner world to break down, extract, and then create that poop, right? So it has its own nutrients. And I think that our body will hold on. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV. Our body will hold on to the poop or whatever. It gets something from it that our intestines, our body, whatever, can extract from the poop. And because we need so much, or when our body needs extra, it'll pull and extract from the poop. So that's why I was saying I was speaking for women, and specifically at first. I was like, oh, maybe this is like applies all the time, but that doesn't mean that you will be constipated all the time. Like, heck no, like that's a problem. But that's also not unnatural. People have things like irritable bowel syndrome and stuff like that. So, but again, these things are normal. It's not pleasant, but it's like it has a lot to do with the food. We can only do what's in our control. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really has a lot to do with the food we're eating and the food we're being provided and given. That's a whole nother, story. We need more real food. We really do. Our body can handle it, but it's like trying to break down things that take too freaking long to break down. It should not like a whole industrious project. Like, it shouldn't be that difficult. Like, our bodies can handle it, but it's the fact that our body is having to do all that work to break that crap down. Like, a child can swallow a penny. We can swallow a coin, right? You know what? Leave in the comment section below. Have you ever, was you that child that would just swallow random things? But you turned out fine, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the body will, it's gonna release, it's gonna eject what doesn't need to be there. Oh my God, it's getting dark. It's already dark. I'm literally laying in the dark. I had a good nap though. The dreams were dreaming. I have a lot on my mind. Sometimes we have dreams and it's like, these aren't even really my thoughts though. And when I say my thoughts, meaning like these aren't my projections. Every dream is different. I think sometimes we're dreaming and like we're observing certain things, and if certain people are if you're on certain people's mind and they're in active like meditation mode about you and stuff, that stuff will pop up in a dream. But tread very lightly with that, because you have to also use discernment, because that's not always necessarily true when people pop up in your dream or when you pop up in their dream. But I'm talking about my own dreams because of somebody specifically in my life, and I'm just like, oh my God, there's just a lot going on. It's like telepathic communication. It is not like it is. You can't call me though. I know whoever's watching this, you can't call me though. Well, Erykah Badu said, you can't use my phone. Ooh, we should talk about. Ooh, can we get woo woo? Ooh, let's get woo woo woo. Telepathy and like how to do it and stuff, because you also have to make sure you're discerning, like knowing you're actually doing it versus like it's just your thoughts, or your own delusions and made up stories. But it's definitely a real thing. If you want to telepathically communicate with someone, I mean, as long as both of y'all are open to that communication, and there's certain things that is done in that, like, energy just doesn't lie. So if you're open and accepting to them and they're open and accepting to you, then okay, they can call you. You know what I mean? So it doesn't work if there's a blockage, Okay, did I say what I need to say about the constipation thing though? Yeah, it just extracts. Yeah, I think yeah. We get bloated around, ovulation time, and then we're entering to before that week of our period coming, and then the constipation starts to kick in because the hormones is doing so much. So, the poop it's not staying in there so it can extract, but it will hold on to it and be able to extract from it when it knows that it's entering into a state, when the body knows it's about to enter into a state where it's going to need more. So the poop, I think the body be like, you're not going nowhere. We're about to need some backup here. So you're going to be backed up here because our body needs extra right now and you got a whole lot of it. All right. So we're going to pull from this as we need it. And when we don't need it, need you no more, you can go ahead and release yourself. And she will be very happy. Her bowels will be bowling. And that she was. That's how I felt yesterday. And I was like, dang, I ain't felt like this since such and such. And it's only been not even a whole full month. I mean, it's been like 20 some days. Now look, I text my friend. I mean, like when the bowel was bowling, like a lot, y'all. You know the type I'm talking. Like it was a month. It literally was a month's load. Like you probably have like 3 pounds sitting in you right now. I think that's why if you look up the statistics, like this is why people get colonics. That's a whole nother different story too. I do want one, but I know there's a lot to, like, you really, if you get a colonic, you need to go and do a you need to replenish immediately, because it's you're literally stripping yourself of everything. You got to replenish the nutrients that you get sucked out your butt from that colonic. But anyway, but yeah, my bowel was bowling yesterday. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, I was saying, but yeah, like, they say like there's probably such and such amount of pounds of poop sitting in our intestines or our colon, small intestines. Ciao. Anyway, I have so much more to say on this because then I wanted to get into like, like how you can have acne and stuff because sometimes it'll show on our face. It's just, but this is all hormones. Okay, I'm done talking about my period and our periods and her period and your period, girl. I'm getting up. I'm on the floor. I mean, my feet are on the floor. Okay. See, I'm at the blinds. The window. It's the window. Okay. Let me get to it. Get to it. Get with it. Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna make this video or how I'm gonna end it, so I'm just gonna end it right here. See, I told y'all I wasn't lying. I got this my muscle shirt that I got on. I got on the shorts. This is my yoga mat. Oh, look at my it's gonna look like I'm filming on a potato because I am now. I have a Mercury retrograde. So I think I am gonna do it in the garage. I wasn't planning on this. When I was it wasn't really procrastination. I really was taking a nap and I needed a nap. When I was like sleep, trying to figure out, am I about to get up, maybe go do a run, or just figuring out what kind of, workout I wanted to do. I was going to just go down in the living room and do it in the living room. But while I was asleep, people came and picked up our old couch. So I have room over here on this side. The garage. It's so messy in here. I used to be here all the time because it was enough room, and I used to clean it all the time. Then I stopped because I don't like cleaning and then it gets messed up. I don't play those type of games. I don't really feel like doing this, but I need to do it.